Every city has its scandals. In Atlanta, they spread like wildfire. Headlines ignite, rumors multiply. Sides get chosen before the truth has a chance to breathe. But this story isn't about gangs. It's not about a stranger in the shadows. This one is about love. Love that turned into suspicion. Suspicion that became obsession. An obsession that destroyed a man's life. His name? Jamal Rivers, 34 years old, dependable, quiet, an IT consultant, the guy coworkers leaned on when the printer jammed, the son who still called his mother every Sunday, the neighbor you'd trust with your spare keys. Dependable was the word, solid, steady. But steady men rarely see chaos coming, and Jamal never saw it, not from the woman who shared his bed. Her name was Tiana Brooks, 32, charismatic, magnetic, the kind of woman who lit up office parties, who knew how to make anyone feel special. To the outside world, they were the perfect match. But Tiana carried shadows. Shadows from a childhood where nothing was ever enough. Compliments were rare, comparisons constant. She learned early to crave attention like oxygen, and when she didn't get it, she felt invisible. Enter Amamira Daniels, Tiana's best friend since high school, the steady one, the calm one, a healthcare worker who lived a quiet life. She was around often. Dinners, movie nights, casual hangouts. To Jamal, she was just Tiana's friend. To Tiana, she was a threat. Not because of anything Amamira did, but because of how it looked. The laughter, the smiles, the rides home. Harmless gestures. But suspicion doesn't need evidence. Only imagination. And Tiana had plenty of that. At first, it was little things. Jamal fixing Amamira's car battery, a text from Amamira thanking him for the help, a ride home after her late shift. To most people, kindness. To Tiana, betrayal hiding in plain sight. She started keeping a notebook. Dates, times, smiles, jokes. Every detail became evidence in her growing case. She wasn't searching for truth. She was searching for confirmation. But here's the first inconsistency. When she confronted Amamira about it, Amamira didn't get defensive. She looked shocked, hurt, like the accusation came from another planet. Why would a guilty person react that way? Unless there was something else going on entirely. Unless the threat wasn't Amamira at all. By 2015, Tiana wasn't just suspicious. She was obsessed. She tracked Jamal's routines. She timed his showers. She counted the seconds between his replies. Silence wasn't peace. It was proof. Every word he didn't say became evidence he was hiding something. And here's where the story turns dark. Because when a jealous mind can't find evidence, sometimes it decides to create it. Through her cousin, Tiana met a man named Rico. Rico wasn't polished. He wasn't trustworthy. But he had what she needed. Drugs, a small black pouch exchanged over burgers at a greasy booth. Cash slid across the table, her heart beat like thunder in her chest. She told herself it wasn't betrayal, it was exposure. She believed Jamal was guilty, and this was just making it visible. But was she proving anything, or projecting her own guilt? November 20th, 2015. Jamal comes home from the gym. Drops his bag on the dresser, heads to the shower. That's when she moves. Zips the bag open, slides the pouch inside, zips it shut. The sound is small, but to her ears, it's deafening. "This is for the truth," she whispers. But the truth? Jamal wasn't guilty. He never had been. That night, she decided he would be. 3 days later, November 23rd, Jamal drives out for groceries, gym bag still in the trunk. Near Moreland Avenue, flashing lights fill the rear view. Sirens, a routine stop, maybe. But the officer seems ready. License, registration. Then the trunk pops. The gym bag lands on the hood. The zipper slides open. The pouch appears, powder glistening under the street lamp. Jamal's voice is instant, desperate. "That's not mine." But shock doesn't erase evidence. Handcuffs snap shut. The man they called dependable is taken away in silence. February 2016. Courtroom packed. Prosecutor paints Jamal as a double life. IT consultant by day, drug trafficker by night. They point to the pouch, to the anonymous tip, to the late nights at work. Neighbors testify about strange cars. Co-workers whisper doubts. His lawyer pushes back. No fingerprints, no unusual bank deposits, no criminal record. But reputation means nothing against a bag of drugs pulled from your trunk. Jamal takes the stand, his voice steady. I've never touched that in my life. I don't know how it got there. I love my wife. I would never risk that words in a storm are feathers. They fall without weight. March 3rd, 2016. The gavel strikes. Guilty. 5 years. Inside prison, Jamal learns survival. Keep your head down. Don't owe anybody. Respect is everything, but the real punishment isn't the bars. It's the face of his wife in the gallery. Cold, unreadable. The thought that the woman he loved might have put him there. On the outside, rumors swirl. Co-workers whisper that Tiana was seen with another man long before the arrest. A neighbor swears Rico's car was parked outside the Rivers house when Jamal wasn't home. And Amamira, she drops a bomb. One night, after too many drinks, Tiana once admitted, "If Jamal ever cheats, I'll make sure he pays." The question shifts. Was Jamal ever unfaithful? Or was Tiana the one hiding something? The years drag on. Jamal sits in his cell replaying everything. The arrest, the trial, the betrayal. Meanwhile, whispers about Tiana's affair grow louder. 2 years into Jamal's sentence, Rico is arrested on unrelated charges. Facing time, he makes a deal. He confesses. The drugs in Jamal's trunk, they came from Tiana. She paid for them. She orchestrated everything. The setup was real. But that's not all. Rico reveals the real secret. He wasn't just the supplier. He was her lover. Let that sink in. Tiana framed Jamal not because she caught him cheating, not because Amamira was a threat. She framed him because she was guilty herself. Her obsession wasn't proof-seeking. It was projection. Her affair with Rico was the real betrayal, hidden under layers of accusation. The jealousy of Amamira was smoke. The drugs? The match. With Rico's confession, the case unravels. Lawyers reopen it. Evidence crumbles. Jamal is released after nearly 3 years. But freedom doesn't erase betrayal. It doesn't give back the birthdays missed, the family dinners lost, the years stolen. He walks out of prison doors a free man, but not the man who walked in. Trust is gone. Love is gone. And Tiana? She faces charges of perjury, obstruction, conspiracy. But the real punishment isn't legal. It's personal. Friends gone. Family ashamed. The mask shattered. Everyone now sees what Jamal couldn't. That behind the charm, behind the smile, was a storm waiting to destroy everything. So here's the question. If love can twist into obsession, if obsession can become lies, how can anyone truly know the person they share their bed with? Jamal's only crime was trust. Trust in the wrong person. And it cost him everything. Now it's your turn. If you were in Jamal's shoes, would you ever trust again? And if you were the judge, would you give Tiana the same 5 years Jamal served? Or is losing everything punishment enough? Betrayal doesn't always come from enemies. Sometimes it comes from the person sleeping next to you. Do you think prison was justice? Or was losing everything punishment enough? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories that hit hard.